name is Christa Meindersma. I'm the director of the Prince Claus Fund. And the Prince Claus Fund is an organization that supports creative and artistic expression, particularly in places where there is little support for cultural or artistic expression, or where the freedom to express oneself culturally, artistically is lacking. So we work worldwide with, we collaborate with artists, with cultural organizations, with intellectuals, critical thinkers, and basically constitute a huge network of these organizations, connecting to each other, supporting each other in this endeavor to be able to express oneself. The network partners are a very special partnership that we have with 10 organizations at each particular moment. These are organizations representing the various disciplines, coming from the various regions in the world. And they are our, let's say, top advisors in all the work that we do, particularly also in the consideration of applications that we get from all over the world for support for creative endeavors, productions, festivals, and other new innovative cultural initiatives. Because their knowledge from the ground, because the knowledge of their surroundings and in their disciplines, it is very valuable to have them as advisors to the fund in the process of the consideration of applications. They also advise us on our work. They are critical, let's say, our critical partners. It is an equal partnership. We work together, we strengthen each other, we strengthen each other's networks, but we also look critically at what the other one is doing, and we comment on that. And I think that's a very valuable relationship, because the Prince Claus Fund believes we should have a small group of people in Amsterdam, not be a big institution with offices everywhere which are very expensive. We like to put the money really where to support people working on the ground directly. So this group of people that is kind of really working with us in this trusted manner on a basis of real equality in this relationship, that's what the Network Partners is. And that makes it very special to have these partners. It goes back to Prince Claus, the name giver of the organization. He was a great believer in the power of culture as a driver of development, as a driver of change. So he had a deep respect for critical thinkers, intellectuals, artists from all over the world. And I think it is this deep respect, this recognition that culture is a basic need, as we say, that it is a really important factor in human life, in having a human society. It is this deep respect for culture and the actors within the cultural field, artists, thinkers, wherever they are, that really makes the fund unique. It's all about people. It's not about organizational support. It's about people, and recognizing that people make a difference, and that it's the people in the context wherever they are that take certain initiatives that will be worthy, be valuable in the context where they operate. And actually what the fund does simply is to recognize that and to collaborate with these people. We recognize it through the Prince Claus Awards, for instance, where we recognize artistic excellence and social impact. These individuals and organizations that have that simply recognize it by giving an award. We recognize it in the network partners, where we collaborate really on a basis, I feel, of equality. It's not a donor relationship. Sometimes the feedback we get is that the money that we give is only a small part of the relationship that is important to the person, because many artists, many critical thinkers work in extremely difficult circumstances. Great isolation, no support from the state or their surrounding. They may be lone critical voices who are really courageous in pursuing what it is that they're doing. And to add a little recognition to that and connect people in the network that we have of the Prince Claus. The network I think the contact for people with other people from across the world working in similar situations, similar context, is very, very valuable. And the network is not something we make. It is made up by the people in the network, but it's something we facilitate. Also, for instance, through this network partner meeting that we have once a year in the country of one of the network partners, like this year in Nepal. I think it's confirmed in the work that all the partners do. You see that all the partners are very different. They come from very different countries. Some countries coming out of conflict situations, other countries, each country faces its own particularity. But in each of these countries, in each of the disciplines that the partners work, we find that culture is a basic need, that it is a very important factor of what makes that society human, and that these partners play a very important role in that. And I think it's very stimulating to sit with this group of partners. 7 of the 10 were here in Nepal with us, and to have that exchange among ourselves, and to have that critical discussion among ourselves. But also to get to know, for all of us, the situation in Nepal, which again is a very particular situation. Kanak has referred to it as a messy democracy. Now, what is the role of artists and cultural organizations in this transition period that Nepal is going through? I think we learned a lot. We met artists, we met organizations, critical thinkers actually from the whole region of South Asia. It's an eye-opener for everyone. It's also the extension of our own network. Personally, from the Prince Claus Fund, I hope to stay in touch with all of the great intellectuals and artists from South Asia that we've met again. And each in their own community, I think they affirm that culture is a basic need.